If you've ever felt overwhelmed by citations or are unsure about how to properly credit your sources, you're not alone. Whenever you use someone else's ideas, whether you're quoting their exact words or just paraphrasing, you need to give them credit. In APA style, this means including an in-text citation, right where you mentioned the source. You will also need to include this in your reference list at the end of your essay. APA format is used for behavioral and social sciences. This is the information that you will need to include in your in-text citation. The author's surname, their last name, the year of publication of the book or article that you're using, and the page number if you use a direct quote. We'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video. The reference list will look like this. Let's look a little more closely at how to write these APA format citations and references. Welcome to Writing better sentences, paragraphs, and essays. You will need to have the name of the author, the title of the book or article, the date it was published, and possibly any other information that is necessary to identify this source that you've used. This is true for a book, an article that you found, or a website. Just to make sure that you understand, a citation is a specific source that you've used in your paper. The reference list is a list of the sources that you have cited or used in your essay. The reason we need to include this information is to avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is taking someone else's information and passing it off as one's own. This means that when you write your essay, if you include somebody else's ideas or exact words and make it appear that it's your own idea or words without giving them credit, this becomes plagiarism. So plagiarism is using someone else's information without citing the source. So what exactly do you need to do to be able to use the information you have found? If you are writing an essay about World War II and you want to include this sentence from the book Embracing Defeat, Japan in the Wake of World War II, written by John W. Dower, you will need to record in your notes when this book was published and what page you found these exact words. In your essay, you will include the actual words and place quotation marks around the part that you have copied from the book. After the quotation, you will need to include the in-text citation. Because this is a direct quote, words that you've copied from the book, you will need to include the page number where these words can be found. If you decide to describe this information in your own words, you can include the information in your essay like this. You will give the name of the author and the publication date. And then you use your own words to paraphrase what the author has said. These are two ways that you can include an in-text citation. Here are a few examples of what in-text citations can look like. The most common way to write an in-text citation is like this, with the name and year in a parenthesis. If you add words to introduce the information, you write it in this way. As we mentioned before, if you use direct quote, you need to include the page number. If there are multiple authors, write the first author's name followed by the letters ETAL, which means and others, followed by the publishing year. To write the reference list at the end of your essay, you will need to follow this pattern. In our example, this is the information we have from the book that we have taken the quotation from. The APA reference list would look like this. We first write the author and the year of publication. The author's name should begin with the surname or last name, followed by the initials of their first name or name. The publication date should be included in parentheses. Next, you will add the title of the work that you have taken it from. In our case, it's the name of the book. The title must be in italics, and only the first word should be capitalized, as you would in a sentence, with the exception of names of countries, such as Japan, in this title. Then we will include the publisher. One more thing to be aware of is that between each of these three sections, you need to put a period or a full stop. This separates the three parts of the information that you need to include for your APA reference list. The in-text citation will look like this, found somewhere in your essay. The reader can see the information in your in-text citation and match it to the reference list at the end of your essay. This way, they are able to find this information for themselves and verify that you've used the information correctly. One more thing to remember about the reference list, or sometimes it's called the Works Cited list. The list needs to be in alphabetical order. If this was your list of references, you can see here that each of the beginning letters follow the order of the alphabet. This makes it easier for the reader to find where you found your information. One more bit of information that you might find helpful. If an article that you found, for example on the internet, does not have a publication date, then you can include this, N.D. This means no date available. Here are a few examples of what the reference list can look like, depending on what type of source you're using. This is an example for a book. If you're using a journal article, then you will need to include the volume and issue, as well as the pages where the information can be found. You also need to include the URL or DOI, the Digital Object Identifier. For a website article, you will need to include the title of the web page, the site name, and the URL. When you include information from another source in your essay or paper, the following phrases can be used to introduce this evidence. If you want to learn more about how to use these phrases when adding evidence, you might want to check out this video on my channel. The link is in the description below. I hope you found this video helpful in knowing how to write and include APA format, referencing, and in-text citations. Happy writing!